hands, can you tell me how many of you have been to the beautiful city of Rome? And for those that haven't been there, seen it in pictures? When I look at Rome, what first strikes me is just how amazing the craftsmanship is in every building. The different things that were accomplished in that city, from restaurants that were built for, or you would think were built for the modern day, but were built hundreds of years ago, to the water system, the system of aqueducts that go out through the city. And what I find is, everywhere I look, craftsmanship, attention to detail. Now, Rome wasn't built in a day. We've heard that. Sometimes we don't take the time to think about that when we apply it to our regular everyday life. And this year, and for some of the women in the room, this will shock you, I actually went to my doctor this year. And when I was there, and by the way, she's a woman, I asked her what was the best way for me to rebuild me, to get myself in shape. For any of you who have been in this club for a few years, what you've seen is I've gone through a weight contest with Matt Foster. I've gone through weight programs this way and that way. And what's interesting for me is I've always tried to find that program that worked, and it was always a short-term solution. Why am I surprised? Rome wasn't built in a day. I went and spoke to the doctor with my New Year's resolution in mind of becoming a healthier me. And during the course of the conversation, several things that we had to talk about were really surprising to me. First, as a middle-aged guy, I was under the impression that my energy level decreasing was what I should expect, that some of the things that I was dealing with was really just a matter of age. And what my doctor shared with me was, that's not necessarily true. Your body's middle age is a lot later than you think. What she told me was that weightlifting, which was something I also thought I'd outgrown, was a better way to get your body in shape. So a more efficient body burns more calories. The aerobic activity that I thought was really my only option, which is probably why I rarely did it, was actually supposed to be a supplement, where the weightlifting was the primary effort and the aerobics were a supplement. Then a great conversation about quality and quantity was discussed. And that was when we talked about food. Now, eat less food. You've heard that. That's the secret to getting your weight under control. Well, how much do you eat? Most of us don't know. I was really happy to see just the other day that my food diary popped up and said, you have been filling in your food diary for 140 days straight. Congratulations. And what I began to realize with that was, if I don't keep control of how much food, and I'm not honest with myself in how much food I'm taking in, my ability to control my weight is gone. So with a little discernment, I came to the realization that a food diary, a very sincere look at the kind of food I was eating, and a budget for calories, along with this working out, gave me an opportunity to start changing my shape. Now, the last thing, which was probably the most important thing for me, is sometimes I find myself buying into these trite little phrases like Rome wasn't built in a day, for example, or the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Well, my doctor and I had this great conversation along those lines, and what she shared with me was, if I was going to do this properly, I shouldn't expect to see any weight loss until my 4th month. Now, I've seen some weight loss, and that's good, but what I've really come to realize is it's taking the time every day, slow down, step by step, check how much food is going in, make sure that I'm getting my exercise, doing all the things Mom told me when I was a kid that I should be doing, and paying attention to the detail, being more thoughtful about what this thing should be, and not having the idea that what I expect to see, I should see next month. So this is speech number 1 of 2 speeches I'll share with you. The first speech is just to let you know that this is happening, but 12 months from now is really when I want to have that follow-up speech to talk to you about how the calorie management went, how the weightlifting and aerobic exercise went, because each month changes for me. I'll be able to tell you where I started and where I finished. And if all of this goes as well as I hope, maybe somewhere in this is a book, the middle-age manual, the how-to manual for how to actually do it the way you're supposed to, instead of listening to all the folks out there that have written books. So if I can impart one thing that I think is an important message for this speech, it's this. Rome wasn't built in a day. The idea that if you've got something that you want to accomplish, take the time, put in the quality work, and make it happen. And I think you'll feel the same way that those craftsmen in Rome must feel when they got a chance to see their finished product, that the quality and effort that they put in paid off. Thank you.